Hi everyone, I'm Siddharth, and today in this video we're gonna talk about installation and configuration steps for OpenDistro Elasticsearch. In this video we're gonna cover how OpenDistro Elasticsearch will be installed and how Kibana will be installed. In the previous video we have seen the OpenDistro advantages, what is OpenDistro and options. So these were some of the options which with you can install the OpenDistro. We're gonna continue with the Docker image in this session. So let's see installation and configuration OpenDistro Elasticsearch using Docker. So Docker is basically a container which has images in it, and with the help of images we can run the Docker container and we can execute anything in the Docker container itself. So we need a Docker container for that to start working. So I have Mac, so I am using Docker Mac version. If you have Docker, if you have Windows, you can use Windows version. If you have Linux, you can use Docker version of Linux. So I have to download first and then install the Docker. So this is the URL. I'll add this in the description. So you have to go to this URL and you can see download Docker here. Here you can go for a Mac, Windows, or any other version of OS you want. And once you download and install, once installation is done, you can see here in this up saying Docker desktop is running. Once it is installed and it start running, this is what you can see in your Mac machine. Docker desktop is running. Once it is executed, installed, and everything is working fine, you can go ahead in your command prompt and just type for that, do you have Docker version or not, is your Docker installed properly or not. So what you have to do, you have to just type docker hyphen hyphen version and it will give you a version. If you get this version, that means your Docker is successfully installed. So this was all about Docker. Once you have Docker, now what we have to do is we have to pull two images from Docker. First is for OpenDistro Elasticsearch and second one is for OpenDistro Elasticsearch Kibana. So this is Elasticsearch and this is Kibana basically. So to pull the image, what we need to do is we need to run this command, docker pull this one Elasticsearch image. What this gonna do is it will pull the image for this OpenDistro Elasticsearch and keep the image on your local. So let's try this. So when you'll do this thing, it will start downloading your Elasticsearch image. In my case, I have those image already existing, so it is saying image is up to date for this particular image. But for you, it will start downloading, and once it is downloaded, it will finish. Same in the case of this Docker image for Kibana. You have to run this command, and once you run this command, you will again some download will start. It will start downloading the Docker image from the Docker hub, and once it is done, it will show done for you. For me, it is again showing images up to date. To check, for you to check whether the image has been downloaded or not, what you can do is you can run Docker images. When you run Docker images, it will show all the images available in your Docker. So I have two images, Docker Elastic and Docker Elasticsearch Kibana. For you also, this two should come after you have pulled both the images. So once you can see this both, we are good to step ahead for the next step. So this is Elasticsearch image and this is Kibana. So we have downloaded both the images now. Moving on to the next step, we have to create a docker compose file. So basically, to run our docker, we have to create a docker compose file in any of the folders. So what I am doing right now is I create a folder, say open distro, and inside open distro I am creating a file named docker-compose.yml. This file name should be same, docker-compose.yml. And once you have created this file in this particular folder, what you have to do is you have to keep all the configurations and setting of Elasticsearch and Kibana configurations in this particular file. So let's see what we can do is, like, if you see, I have already created a folder named open distro, and if you see, there is a file called docker-compose.yml file. I again repeat that, keep the file name as it is, docker-compose.yml. Now inside this file, what you need to do is, inside this file you need to keep all the configurations regarding the Elasticsearch and Kibana. So this is my Docker file. For simplified version, I'll open it here, so that will be much clear. So that's the same file which I opened there. So here, if we talk about Docker compose file, this file is required to run the Docker. So here we have two nodes. First is this one till here. So this is Elasticsearch node, and second is this one, which is Kibana. So we are having configuration for two nodes here. Talking about Elasticsearch, here we have given the image name which we have downloaded and pulled from the Docker hub. We are giving a container name here. So this is a container name which we are giving, ODF open distro for Elasticsearch node 1. And talking about environment, we need some of the settings regarding environment. What will be the cluster name, node name, discovery seed host, and all the memory settings. So these all are done here. After that, we need the volume, like where all your data will sit. If you are creating any index in the Elasticsearch, if you are keeping any data, where it will go. So this is the volume where it should save. So I have given this as my data type, so all my data will be stored here. Talking about the port is like which port your this node will point to. Means my elastic node should point to this node, this port. And this is network, so I have given network here. Same setting regarding Kibana. We have to give the image, that this is the image which we have to run, container name, port, on which port I want it to be run, and what is the exposed port for that. And here I am giving two URLs, for both are for Elasticsearch. So this is Elasticsearch URL and this is host. So if you see here, ODF node 1, so this is that node 1 for Elastic. So we have given this node 1 here, and we have given the port. So port we have mentioned here for this Elasticsearch. So this Kibana will directly contact to this Elasticsearch. How? Using this node name and this port number. And this way we can, our Kibana will connect to Elasticsearch. And here is the data drive and network drive. So this is all regarding the configuration file. You can add n numbers of node here. What you can do is, you can copy this and paste again. You can create a node 2 and with all the details in node 2 and whichever port you want to point. So you can create n numbers of node here. For now we are creating one node for Elasticsearch, one node for Kibana. This is all regarding the configuration file, which is we are keeping as docker-compose. Coming back to command prompt. So yeah, this is the docker compose file. Same thing, this is having node 1 here and this is having node 2 here. So this is regarding my docker compose file. So coming back to steps, yeah, so we have created an open distro folder, we have created a file named docker-compose.yml, and we have kept Elasticsearch and Kibana configuration changes. I'll regarding this file, I'll give all the details of this file in the description, so that it will be easy for you to create the nodes in the docker compose file. Once you get the docker compose file up to date, it's time to run the docker container. To run the docker container, you just need to run the command docker compose up. What it will do, it will use this docker compose yml file and it will up the container with both the nodes Elastic and Kibana. And with docker ps command, you can check whether the container came up or not, it's running or not. So let's check here. Yeah, so we'll check whether any container is up or not. So no container is up, Now what we'll do, we'll run the docker compose command. So it is docker hyphen compose and up. So when you run this command, it will uh, automatically call the docker compose yml file and try to run both the server. One is elastic and one is kibana. So if you see, odf node 1 is our elastic and it is trying to create that, and odf hyphen kibana is our second node, so it is trying to run both of them. So it is trying to get the connection. It will take them some time. It is trying to make the connection, and once it is done, we will be good to check this thing. We have two things. So we said that kibana will work on 501 5601 port. So here, if you type localhost 5601, your kibana should be up. For elasticsearch, we have given 9200 as a port number. So if you see localhost 9200, your elastic should be up. Now I think we have both those nodes up. Now if I go back here and I'll clear here and I'll just check docker ps. So see here I'm getting two nodes, two container. So this one is for elasticsearch and this one for kibana. Previously it was coming as no, none was coming here. So now the docker compose has executed, so we can see that. Now let's try running the kibana. So I just enter localhost 5601. That's the port we have given in the docker compose file, and our kibana is coming up. For kibana, by default the password username admin, password admin by default. So once you give admin, it will you will be able to log in into the kibana. So this is kibana, and on your local server kibana is up and running. Let's check for the indices. So localhost 9200, which we have given in docker compose, and cat indices is to check all the indices available here. So I'm going ahead and checking. So these are all my indices available and they have came up here. So our elasticsearch is also up and running. So these are some of the steps by which you can create your own, install and configure your own open distro elasticsearch and open distro elasticsearch kibana. So you can see kibana running, you can see elasticsearch for open distro for elasticsearch running. In the next video we're gonna see how security plugin works for open distro elasticsearch and what are their rules and how the feature works. Thank you guys.